Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. Today we are finishing up 1 Maccabees with 1 Maccabees 16 in the CEPHER. And then we're moving on to 2 Maccabees. I think there's 4 altogether, I'm pretty sure. Not sure how long each one is. I think I checked this before. 2 Maccabees is 15 chapters. 3 Maccabees is 7 chapters. And 4 Maccabees is 16 chapters. Okay, so we'll be finishing up with the first Maccabees, and then we'll be moving forward into Maccabees 2. And then I can't remember. I'll have to look back at the old poll and see which chapter you guys wanted after this one. Okay, but I will always put a poll up so that you guys can decide which one I read next. Okay, so Maccabeum Rishon 16. Then came up Yochanan from Gazam and told Shimon his father what Sandibius had done. Wherefore Shimon called his 2 eldest sons, Yehudah and Yochanan, and said unto them, I and my brethren and my father's house have ever from my youth unto this day fought against the enemies of Yasharal, and things have prospered so well in our hands that we have delivered Yasharal oftentimes. But now I am old, and ye by Elohim's or by Yahuah's mercy are of a sufficient age. Be ye instead of me and my brother, and go and fight for our nation, and the help from Shamayim be with you. So he chose out of the country 20,000 men of war with horsemen, who went out against Sandibius, and rested that night at Modin. And when as they rose in the morning and went into the plain, behold, a mighty great host, both of footmen and horsemen, came against them. Howbeit there was a water brook betwixt them. So he and his people pitched over against them, and when he saw that the people were afraid to go over the water brook, he went first over himself, and then the men, seeing him, passed through after him. That done, he divided his men, and set the horsemen in the midst of the footmen, for the enemy's horsemen were very many. Then sounded they with the holy or Kodesh shofars, whereupon Sandibius and his hosts were put to flight, so that many of them were slain, and the remnant got them to the stronghold. At that time was Yehudah, Yochanan's brother, wounded. But Yochanan still followed after them until he came to Kidron, which Sandibius had built. So they fled even unto the towers in the fields of Ashdod, wherefore he burned it with fire, so that there were slain of them about 2,000 men. Afterward he returned into the land of Yehudah in peace. Moreover, in the plain of Jericho was Ptolemy, the son of Abubus, made captain, and he had abundance of silver and gold. For he was the high priest's son-in-law. Wherefore his heart being lifted up, he thought to get the country to himself, and thereupon consulted deceitfully against Shimon and his sons to destroy them. Now Shimon was visiting the cities that were in the country, and taking care for the good ordering of them, at which time he came down himself to Jericho with his sons, Mattiyahu and Yehudah, in the 117th year, in the 11th month, called Shevat, where the son of Abubus receiving them deceitfully into a little hold called dock. 1 second, guys. I apologize. Oh. Okay. Which he had built, made them a great banquet, howbeit he had hid men there. So when Shimon and his sons had drunk largely, Ptolemy and his men rose up and took their weapons and came upon Shimon into the banqueting place and slew him and his 2 sons and certain of his servants, in which doing he committed a great treachery and recompensed evil for good. Then Ptolemy wrote these things and sent to the king that he should send him a host to aid him, and he would deliver him the country and cities. He sent others also to Gazam to kill Yochanan, and unto the tribunes he sent CEPHER to come unto him, that he might give them silver and gold and rewards. And others he sent to take Jerusalem and the mountain of the temple. Now one had run afore to Gazam and told Yochanan that his father and brethren were slain. And uttered he, Ptolemy, has sent to slay you also. Hereof when he heard, he was sore astonished. So he laid hands on them that were come to destroy him, and slew them, for he knew that they sought to kill him. As concerning the rest of the acts of Yochanan, and his wars and worthy deeds which he did, and the building of the walls which he made, and his doings, behold, these are written in the chronicles of his priesthood, from the time he was made high priest after his father. And that is the end of that chapter. Next time we will be starting in Maccabees Sheni, also called Book of 2 Maccabees. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. And now it's time to praise Yahuah. And I'm not going to use an instrument for this one, because I know some people like to listen to this to fall asleep too. And I don't want to be too loud, so I'm going to sing a cappella a short praise to Yahuah. This is another one of my favorites. I'm sorry that I've been singing a lot of my favorites quite often lately, but I will find some new ones soon. Because I have a plethora of different songs I could be singing. Last Days. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No trap from the wicked shall prosper. No snare from the devil shall prosper. Yahuah knows who are his. Do your utmost to show yourself approved. Be ye not deceived by wolves in sheep's clothing. For in the last days there will be blasphemers and evildoers. Do not subject me to gossip and slander, for I will turn and walk away. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No trap from the wicked shall prosper. No snare from the devil shall prosper. Praise the Most High for his loving kindness. The Ruach HaKodesh sustains me. Do not subject yourselves to the wicked. It will only ever end in strife. Do not cast your pearls unto swine. Yahuah says, stay steadfast, keep my commands, for I call you mine. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you, and purify your hearts. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and your joy to heaviness. Humble yourselves in the sight of Yahuah, and he shall lift you up. He will wipe away every tear that you cry. So, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. No trap from the wicked shall prosper. No snare from the devil shall prosper. Subject yourselves to me, and bear much fruit. Stay righteous and true, for I call you mine. Hallelujah. Yahuah. I should have wrote down those last words. I'll have to rewatch the end of this so I can write them down. The Ruach gave me some more words for the end of the song. All praise Yahuah. I love you all with an everlasting love, as our Abba Yahuah and the Shamayim loves each and every one of us. Shalom and blessings, warriors of Yahuah and the truth. Stay strong, stay on the narrow path, and if you aren't immersed, please either get immersed or immerse yourselves, because we are in the last days, just like the name of the song, The Last Days. Love you all. Shalom.